Hey guys, it's your girl Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. We're diving into some new chromes today from Vivid Glam Co. I've got her 7 newest chromes here. We're going to take a look at some swatches and then I'll even show you some comparisons of the existing chromes in her line. And then we'll put together a very classy chrome mani. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then stick around. We're getting into it. Alright, so there are 7 chromes in this collection, and these are in addition to her previously released line, which was the Desert Chrome collection, and that has 8 different chromes in it. So I do have a lot of those, and like I said, we will take a look at some comparisons here later on. Now I left them in the package here just for the beginning because I wanted you to see just how amazingly everything is packaged up. All the chromes came nestled in this beautiful zip top heavyweight plastic bag, and I love these not just because the packaging is beautiful and because it's got the logo and all the print and all that fancy stuff on there, but because these are perfectly reusable for so many things. Like right now I have my swatch sticks in some, I have my plastic baggies I use to push down glitters in another, and I think I'm going to repurpose this one to put all of my nail striping stickers in just so I can have them all in one place. So you know, packaging is always just next level. I just don't see any company doing packaging like she does it. All this to say that not only is her product beautiful, but the way she packages everything so gorgeously, it just, the whole experience just feels so luxe. It's the little things, y'all. But anyway, let's take a look at what's in this gorgeous bag. So I wanted to show you, even though I'm not going to be using it for this video, I picked up her cuticle tool too because I'm a sucker for the black and the gold and the leopard print and all that, but look, even in the middle where the logo is, there's these crystals in there. I don't know. I don't know what it is about her packaging. It just really gets me. But this is similar to some of the others you've seen with the wax tool on one end and then the cuticle tool on the other end. So I just don't think you can have too many of these tools, and I just wanted to have hers since, you know, I use a lot of her products. By the way, just to mention, I did purchase these items myself. She did not send these to me. She has sent me some of her collections previously, but I just had to have these chromes because I have some of her previous ones and just fell in love with them. So, and the amazing packaging continues. So as you can see, each one of these chromes comes individually sealed in its own little package. So if for some reason, which it never has for me, but if for some reason one were to come open, it would spill just within the little package and not make a mess in your larger package. And I love that each of these has its individual applicator just so you can kind of have its own. So these are the 7 new chromes, and they make up what she's calling the Realm of Chrome collection. Now previous to this, she did have her Desert Chrome collection, which contained 8 chromes, so now we have a total of 15 in the existing line. Alright, so let's pop all of these open and take a look at them one by one. Alright, so if you did notice that a mani magically appeared on my left hand, I did a little bit of pre-filming of the intro, so that's why. So if you're curious about that one, that was my last video. That was on my Soul Dips disco collection with all the reflective glitters. So I will have that one linked for you in the cards if you missed it, but it's definitely a good one to check out because the glitters are amazing. Okay, so before we get into the new swatches, I did want to show you the chromes I have from her existing line. So like I said, that first collection did have 8 chromes in it, and I do have 6 of them. I'm missing the second one, which is a burnt orange, and 8, which is a bright green. And those are gorgeous, but just not tones that I feel are very flattering on my skin tone. So that's the only reason I did not pick them up, but I do have the rest of them here. So I'll just go through these one at a time just real quickly in case you're curious about any of these existing colors. The first one we have here is C1 Baked, and it is a gorgeous chocolate brown chrome. The second one we have here is C3 Sultry, and I have used this one in a mani before. I'll have it linked for you in the cards. I actually did a video on that one. And then the next one we have is C4 Canyon, which is a beautiful rose gold. Next we have C5 Sandy, which is more of like a champagne colored gold. Next we have C6 Thirsty, which is kind of a teal with more of a blue undertone to it. And last but not least, we have C7 Mirage, which is, again, is more in the teal family, but definitely more in the green side. So like I said, these are all from the Desert Chrome collection, and I'll be revisiting a couple of these here a little later when we go through the new swatches, just for comparisons. But like I said, I wanted you to see what she already had previous to this release. Alright, so just to be clear, these are chrome powders. They do not have any clear acrylic in them. They are just straight up chrome powders. So, you know, as I open this jar, you can see it doesn't appear that there's a whole lot of product in here. But when I tell you a little goes a long way, I mean a little goes a long way. You're going to have these forever. You'll see when I start to do the mani. But this first one we have here is called C9 the Crown. And this is definitely more of a bright, true yellow gold. Next we have C10 Nightly, and this is a true silver chrome. This is pretty much the OG of chrome colors because it mimics real chrome. Next we have C11 Royals, and this is a purple chrome, but you can see there's a couple of purplish chromes in this collection, and this is the lightest one, so it's a little bit more of, like, would say like a lavender chrome. Next we have C12 Castle, and this is what I'm calling more of a pink gold. I mean, it is a little bit rose gold-ish, but a little bit more on the pink side, so I'll show you it here in comparison with Canyon. Alright, so here we have Canyon, the existing one on the left, and Castle, the new one on the right. As you can see, they're similar tones, but Canyon is much more of like a red, true rose gold, and Castle is a little bit more on the pink side, so it just kind of depends on your preference there. Next we have C13 Regal, and I'm calling this more of a magenta, so I get this one of the more purpley tones in the collection again, but much more on the pink side. Next we have C14 Imperial, and this is more of a royal purple, less on the pink side than the previous one we just saw. And last but not least we have C15 Majesty, which is more of a royal blue chrome. Alright, so here's everything all together, and I have a pretty good selection here because remember there's 15 in the collection and I have 13 of them, so I'm hoping if you're interested in any of these, seeing all of these together will help you decide which ones are right for you. Of course, you know, if you love chromes like me, you may need them all, but I'll leave that up to you. We're going to talk a little bit about application methods here in a little bit, but I'm sure you can see from these swatches just how super smooth and mirror-like these go on. So as far as application methods go, your best bet is going to be to use some kind of gel. You can apply chromes without gel. There are several other methods for that, but from what I have seen, they don't turn out quite as well. That's just my opinion. But I do understand some people can't use gel for whatever reason, so I unfortunately don't have any experience with those methods. The only experience I have is with using chromes with gel, so that is what I will be discussing with you. You can apply chromes on gel base, you can apply chromes on gel polish, you can apply chromes on gel top coat that has been flash cured. So you have several options as to what you want to use. You might get a slightly different outcome though depending on what you use, so let me show you what I mean. These are both swatches of C11 Royals, and you can probably see that the one on the left is a little bit more grittier or grainier in texture, and the one on the right is a little bit more smooth. So the one on the left is done with gel base coat, and the one on the right is done with flash cured gel top coat. So in my opinion, I think both are gorgeous. I have used both methods and love both methods. So it's kind of really more for what you're going for. Do you want that smooth mirror-like finish, or do you just want the chrome effect and you're not really concerned about a little bit of graininess? But like I said, I love them both, so it's really kind of up to you. If you were to use gel polish, you're going to get a similar effect to the one on the left, which like I said is with the gel base coat. So really, if you want that mirror-like finish, you're going to have to use a flash cured gel top coat. So for today's mani, I'm going to use the flash cured gel top coat method to get that mirror-like finish, but like I said, I have loved and used both methods. So I decided for this mani today, I did want to use several of the chromes, but I wanted to make this look a little bit more classy and elegant. So I'm doing kind of a French detail design. It's not really a true French, but like I said, more of like a French detail. So because of that, I wanted to use a base color that I felt would be a good nude for my skin tone. And for that lately, I have just fallen in love with Ritzy Quartz. In fact, I've already bought a bigger jar of it because I knew I was going to need more. And this is just really a great nude for my skin tone. It's really great for French type details or where I want the base color to be as nude as possible. It just gives me just the right undertone. So I'm going to jump off camera and apply 2 layers to each of these nails, and that will just give me that new look that I'm looking for before I start to apply my chrome. Alright, so I am back and I have applied my quartz. I cleaned it up, the filing and shaping, and any little buffing I needed to do. We're all ready to go here for our chrome. Okay, so since I cut ahead, let me tell you what's going on here. I am painting on that shape that I want with the detail with my black line art gel, my iGel Beauty black line art gel. The reason a lot of that got cut out is because, as you can see, my scissors and my tweezers lying there, I had initially applied washi tape and tried painting this on with the washi tape. And the reason why I did that is because I was a little bit nervous painting on, you know, a particular shape with my non-dominant hand, because I'm painting this onto my dominant hand. Really, I was just being chicken, guys, and the washi tape really didn't work that well because of the thin nature of the gel. Some of it seeped under, and it wasn't very much, but it was enough to make the line not look as clean as I wanted it to. So I just decided to stop being a chicken. I wiped it off and I started just putting it on there with my non-dominant hand, and it didn't have any problems. It wasn't that difficult. I don't know why I built it up to be so hard in my head, but you know, even for me, and I've done tons of manis with my non-dominant hand, I still get a little nervous anytime I'm painting things on detailed like with my non-dominant hand. So don't be me, don't be a chicken, just paint it on there. You can always fix it with a little alcohol or wipe it off and do it again if it doesn't look good. Now, why am I doing this? Honestly, it's probably not necessary. These are very pigmented chromes. I don't have a lot of issue with see-through with these, but I was just a little concerned just because they were going to be on the very front free edge where there was a little bit more sheerness. Just wanted to make sure I had full opacity there, but like I said, just from my experience with these, you could probably skip that, but I was being a little extra, so it is what it is. The one thing that is nice about painting this on first prior to painting on your gel top that you're going to flash cure for the chrome is that it is easier to see because it is black, and of course the gel top coat is clear. So, you know, it was worth the extra time for me. Like I said, whether you want to do that or not, I'll leave that completely up to you. You could just as easily skip that and take a fine brush and your gel top coat and just paint that on here this way instead. And again, if you weren't going to paint on the gel top coat because you didn't really care whether it had a little bit of grain to it, you could just finish this part, put the chrome on, and be done. So again, I'm just trying to give you some different ideas for how you can do this. What method you use is completely up to you, whether you want to just chrome right into this black polish or whether you want to try the more smooth finish with the gel top coat that's flash cured. But, you know, for this case, I wanted that smooth mirror-like look, so that's why I did the 2 layers. But like I said, it's not necessary. I'm being extra. Alright, so once I finished all that, I just fully cured that, and then now I'm going to go in and paint on my gel top coat for flash curing. So I decided to make more of like a tonal look with these 3 purpley colors. So I've got C11 Royals, C13 Regal, and C14 Imperial. Alright, so I am starting off here by painting the gel top coat over where I have those black sections. Now I'm just using the brush in the bottle, but if you needed to use that thin brush again to paint it on, then go right ahead. You can just get your nail art brush and just paint over top of that. But I felt pretty good with just using the black as a guide and just painting it right on top. Once I've got it on there, I just flash cure it for anywhere between 10 and 15 seconds, no more than 15, otherwise the top coat starts to solidify too much and you don't get that great transfer of the chrome. So I'm starting on the middle finger. I don't know why I started with the middle finger, it's so random, but I'm putting Regal here on the middle finger, and it is the only one that I will be doing in that color. But all you do is pick up the applicator, pick up a little bit of chrome powder, and just rub it right on, and that's really it. And you can see I'm being careful here to try not to get it on the rest of the nail where I haven't painted the black, but you really don't have to worry about that. I'm just being really careful for no reason because it's not really going to stick to that activated section. You don't have any kind of gel base coat or anything there. It's just clean from when you activated and then wiped off with alcohol, so there's nothing for it to really stick to. So like I said, I'm being careful just because out of habit, but you really don't need to do that. But make sure that you rub it really good all the way around the edge and on the free edge and on the side walls. Make sure you get everything covered, because whatever you don't cover when you go to finish and then you go wash your hands, it's going to disappear. So make sure you get everything completely covered. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, look at that mirror shine. It is so smooth. There is not a hint of grain in there. I'm just going to back off for a little bit and let you watch the rest. I'm going to speed it up just a bit though, but I just want you to see I'm going to use the exact same process on the rest of the fingers. Each time I'm flash curing this top coat for 10 to 15 seconds, rubbing the chrome in, and then moving on to the next. So the only ones I'll be doing together are the ring and the pinky, because they'll both be in Royals, and the thumb of course I will do separately, but the thumb and the pointer will both have Imperial on them. Alright, so now that I have all that done, here's where I go a little bit extra on you again. I'm taking a little bit of that gel top coat now, and keep in mind I do have a gel top coat that I use just for glitters and chromes, because it's inevitable when you brush gel over this, you're going to pick up a little bit of the chrome. It's just going to happen. And it's very difficult to get out because it is so finely milled. So I have one I just use for chromes. But you can see what I'm doing is just gently painting over that exact same area, because I can't stand it when a little bit of chrome gets onto that nude section. I know, it's so ridiculous, right? It's the perfectionist in me. I can't help it. And I cannot be that controlled to where I don't get a little bit of the chrome onto the nude section. And I don't know why, man, it just drives me nuts. So if you're not extra like I am, you can totally skip this and just go right in with your gel top coat and be done with it. But as for me, I did not want to get a little speck of chrome on that nude part. So I very carefully go over each of these chrome sections with a tiny layer of top coat just over that section, cure that, and then fully top coat everything else. So I know I'm making this look like a lot of work, but that's my fault. It doesn't have to be a lot of work. The fastest way to do this would be to take your black gel, paint your little detail on, chrome right into that, and then base coat and top coat right over top of that, and you're done. The reason why, like I said, is I'm being extra. I'm being a perfectionist about this, but it doesn't have to be like that. So I'm just showing you one way to do it if you want to go a little bit extra like I did. But to be honest, I ended up taking the mani off of my left hand and doing that mani on my left hand. And for that one, I did use a simpler route. So I just used the black gel, I chromed right into that, and then I did my gel base and gel top over that. And really, honestly, from anybody who was standing back and looking at my nails, they would have never noticed there was a difference between the two. So, you know, don't be a perfectionist like I am. It was fine the way it was. I probably overcomplicated this, but just wanted you to see a couple of different methods to get there, so that way if you really want that mirror like shine, you really want everything to look completely perfect with no smearing at all, this is how I would do that. Alright, so I'm just going to jump off camera real quick and finish up this thumb, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, and here's the look all completed, and I have to say this is 100% is somewhere in my top 3 manis of all time. I fell so much in love with it, to the point that I wish I hadn't used Peel Base because I didn't want to take it off. I loved it that much. But I'm telling you, it's just the quality of your chromes that really make these special to me. I really hope this video didn't scare some of you off from using chrome and make you think it's complicated, because it's really not. What made this complicated was the design itself. So if I was just going to chrome the entire nail, I could get it done super fast. All I would do is just put down a layer of gel base, put down a layer of gel top coat flash cure, put the chrome into that, and put another layer of gel top coat over top of that, and bam, you're done. So it'd be super fast. Like I said, what made it complicated was doing the design and then overcomplicating it by wanting to be a perfectionist and making sure I didn't have any kind of transfer at all. So, you know, it was worth it for me because I got the look I wanted to achieve, and I got the nice clean lines between the chrome and the nude section. But yeah, it's definitely extra. It totally is. I'm not going to deny that. So let me know in the comments below, have you guys ever used chrome? And if so, what do you think of them? Are you a big fan of chromes, or are they just not your thing? I guess the reason I'm asking is because I just feel like chrome, when it is done right, is so gorgeous and makes for such unique accents on the nails. And I just really like how this one turned out, because the mani to me comes off still as classy, but that chrome just adds something a little special to it. And then not to mention the tonal chrome on top of that, like the 3 different color purples. I just am so in love with this look. So I think that's enough gushing, but I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you are new to chrome or wanting to try some more colors and you haven't tried Vivid Glam Co's chromes yet, I think you're really missing out, because honestly, I've tried quite a few chromes from various brands, big and small, and she absolutely has my favorite chrome formula. It's just so easy to work with. So that's going to complete this video, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, it would help me out so much if you would give me a thumbs up down below. And while you're there, if you've not subscribed already, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you go. And don't forget that notification bell. We got new content coming every Tuesday and Friday at 2 p.m. Central. So as always, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate you so much taking time out of your day to watch this. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Tell me all this does not melt your heart. Daddy's just playing his video games, but look how he's hugging him. Is that not the cutest thing?